Let's watch this video.
So the stress is not from this. The stress is from her not resting.
It might be about him or don't know.
Okay.
Oh, she will not tell me.
They're talking about stress.
She will tell me. I swear to God. She said, "You're not my father." I said, "No, I'm your husband." Go to bed. Please record us.
You are my everything.
Please, you have to put my house every day. She will do this every day.
You don't do it. I agree.
I love that.
So, you have seen the video. Ned said, "She will now tell me you are not my father." That was what Regina was telling him. It seems like when he tried to correct Regina for something, or tried to make Regina do something that normally her father would tell her, that when he tries to correct Regina like a father, Regina would tell him, "You are not my father." And Ned would be like, "No, I'm not your father, I'm your husband, come to bed." So it tells you that Ned wanted Regina to see him both as a father and a husband. Meanwhile, as for Regina, what was more important to her was seeing Ned as a husband rather than a father. She was having a hard time seeing Ned as both a father and a husband due to the massive age gap between them. She had to fight to remove the idea from her head that this man is not her father, but rather her husband. So they were having issues in that area. Ned wanting her to see him as father and husband, but most importantly, as a husband. And Regina seeing him as a husband, and only as a husband. So it tells you that people pushed her, they motivated her. They sat her down and talked to her. Psychologically packaged her for Ned. Because even if this was what Regina wanted at that time, they were in a position not only to wipe the idea from her mind, but should have fought tooth and nail to remove that idea from her mind. But they did not do that. Instead, whatever little idea, whatever little advantages, whatever little reasons Regina had for wanting to marry Ned, they built on that. Because how is it that you are in a marriage with your husband and you're talking about your father, seeing him as a father? Where does that even come in? What is the relationship? Why will Ned be telling Regina, "No, I'm not your father, I'm your husband"? And Regina is now telling him, "No, you are my everything." That means she sees him as both father and husband, which is what Ned wants, right? But how? Father and husband, they are completely two different roles. The age gap between father and husband is supposed to be very wide. But in this case, you have a situation where Ned and Regina's father, their age gap, I think Ned is even older than Regina's father. And Ned's brother made this crazy revelation. I don't know if it was born out of his issues with Ned. But his brother said that Ned and Regina's father and him, that they stayed in the same house for a while. And if they had stayed in the same house for a while, that means Ned must have seen Regina a long time ago. Way before Regina and her parents and her siblings came to his house to look around, like he claimed that was the first time he saw Regina. Or maybe for some reason he never got to see Regina, even though he was close to Regina's father. But even though he was very much aware that he was going to marry that this is his friend's daughter. So by default, Regina should have been off limits for him. But he still pursued her and went ahead to marry her. Let's see the video again.
So the first is not from this. This first is from her not resting.
Okay.
They're talking about stress and her not resting.
You're not my father.
Okay, so obviously Ned was telling her to get some rest. And Regina was like, "You are not my father."
You're not my father. I said, no, I'm your husband.
Say, "You are not my father."
Come to bed.
And then he will be like, "I'm your husband, come to bed."
Please, record us.
You are my everything.
How can your husband be your everything? But be both your father and your husband at the same time.
You do this every day.
You don't do it. I agree.
I love that.
So Ned wanted Regina to see him both as father and husband, as everything, but most importantly as husband. Regina was like, "No, you're not my father. You can't tell me what to do, what my father is supposed to tell me to do, how to manage my life." And all of this made sense to not just the mother, but every adult gathered here then. Now look where we are. Look where we are. But if you notice in all of these pictures, in all of these videos, you hardly see Regina's father in them. It tells you a lot. It says a lot. I'm not sure if he's in this one. It looks as if he is in this video. But initially, he was the only one that was opposed to the marriage. Because who would see this and not see the problem here? They never saw the problem in this. It is what has led to the problem that is going on now.